Welcome back to another video. Around this time over the last couple of years, I've been teaching people how to start profitable events-based businesses. But around this time last year, everything had changed. So behind the scenes, my life was seemingly falling apart. From going through a divorce and having this urge to just shut all of my business down. I've been running multiple businesses, from a marketing company to a coaching business that's geared toward entrepreneurs in their entirety. So coaches, consultants, service-based business owners, and then specifically running a business where I help event-based owners, either aspiring event-based owners or current event-based owners, get their event space or grow their event-based business. Now, again, over the last couple of years, I've been able to help a lot of people, literally hundreds of people, whether it be with free content or with my coaching program. And I've even been able to help people take their business from 0 to 6 figures in revenue over the years. And a lot of the people that I've coached and I've mentored, they are still in business with their event space. Now, side note, these birds is blowing me. I got started with this with my partner in the event space business, not in my coaching business, but in the event space business was my wife, which is now my ex-wife. So basically, divorce can get pretty tricky, and I was never able to really talk about it because there were things that were in between the divorce. When you start talking about property, when you start talking about business, when you just start talking about money. Before the divorce, I was not feeling fulfilled. A lot of this had to do with my relationship with God. And so I had started to seek God, and it's just crazy how all these different things happen. So when I started doing luxury car rentals, everything just shifted, right? And that's what I would personally say everything shifted with my past marriage. And again, I'm not here to so much talk about the marriage, but I'm here to talk about how instead of turning and running from the thoughts, the emotions, at times the depression, right? How I turned inward and I just reconnected with God, but on the level that I should have been connected with God. Just because you're making money doesn't mean that you are truly serving the kingdom. Just because you're making money doesn't mean that you are truly in your purpose. But then on the flip side of that, I believe in what I've learned now, because I've literally read from Genesis to Philippians. And those of you that have been following over the last year or so, a little bit over that, you've seen me do these 60-second Bible breakdowns as my YouTube shorts. And that's pretty much the only content that I've actually been doing on YouTube. I'm known for videos on business, whether it be videos helping you with your event space, videos on marketing, automation, things like that. God didn't just restore me, though, over this last year. He gave me strategy. Now, this last year, I was still running a business. The business that I shut down was mentoring. I basically just took on some high-ticket clients, and I will help them on the marketing and automation side, incorporating AI into their business. Over this process, outside of business, God really restored and renewed me and developed a stronger relationship with God, where I read the Bible every single day, where I pray every single day. And these are things that people talk about, and we say that we're going to try to do them. I'm going to keep it a buck. I wasn't praying every day. I just wasn't. And my faith was extremely strong, has always been, because that's how I was able to start a multi-six-figure business and run a multi-six-figure business for years, because I had extreme faith. Like, you don't always know when you're going to get the next bundle or group of a class of clients, right? Or you don't always know if this thing is going to just tear from under you. You don't always know what's going to happen in business, and that's the whole point of faith. Faith is believing in the outcomes that aren't seen, right? I believe that I'm actually going to thrive no matter what's going on in the present, right? I was rebuilding business from scratch, and really, while I'm building with God, I'm building the business that I always wanted. Not saying that I didn't have a passion for helping people with their event space, because that's a beautiful thing, and I think that event space businesses are thriving, they're great. But I've always been someone that likes building things. Once AI came out, I was like, man, how can I tie this into marketing? So over the last year and a half, I rebuilt my business from essentially scratch. I built a brand new business that's solely focused on marketing, automation. So this is just a proven testament that you can get it done. I think that we focus too much on doing things instead of doing things with God. At one point, I had a team of 6 people. So I've rebuilt with no team. Well, a lot of people don't realize it doesn't really take a lot to start an online business after you've been in it. Once you know what softwares to use, and you can get a free trial, and then you know how to really leverage your audience. So really just systems. That's what gave me my success, just systems. So with this brand new business, I was able to hit 6 figures with this brand new business. And even still, And this is a brand new business of me, marketing for business, helping business owners get more leads, helping them automate their business. And I started with event space owners, and then I branched out to other business owners. But when I say marketing, I don't mean, oh, well, a social media marketing manager or anything like that. No, I'm running actual ads that bringing you in daily lead and qualified customers, so that all you have to do now is close them. Once you get on the call with them, they're calling you to book your venue instead of you running and dancing on social media and hoping that you're going to get these bookings. And this was every to me, because it was like, man, this is what I wanted to do. This is what I've always wanted. I always like building stuff. One of the very first businesses I started out with was building websites. If you do what you are good at, he's going to make room. I've always had just a different outlook and able to stand on my advice, because I've been through a whole lot of stuff. Being originally from the west side of Chicago, I've been through a lot in my life, right? So I just got perspective, and I like building stuff. I like building websites. I like building backend operation systems. I like building AI bots. I like building stuff, right? And so these systems that I've been building for business owners has gave their business life, gave their business new customers, gave their business the lifeline that it needs. Before, I was doing everything, man, God, I want to serve people, and I'm still doing that, but I wasn't doing it with him. And so that then led me to just really diving into the Bible, scripture, prayer, everything. And so during this process, it's been absolutely amazing. And listen, whatever you're going through, if you've ever gotten a divorce, or if you're in a tough relationship, or if you're just in a tough season of life, and you listen, and you've been feeling this urge to get closer to God, do it. It is the best thing in my life that I've ever done. Received so much clarity, and I'm thankful and grateful that God put me in a position of being a full-time entrepreneur, where I had that time to pause certain sectors of the business where it's like, this is taxing for me at this moment, so I don't want to take on a lot of clients here. And that's pretty much it. When you run a company where you're doing automation setups, marketing, it's an ongoing payment processing. It's an ongoing thing. So it's one of the things that you've heard a lot of gurus say online, is that you don't have a business unless you have monthly recurring revenue. So that was my focus over the last, I want to say, year and a half. How can I get monthly recurring revenue? And that's what I did. I cracked the code to that. And once you do that, I'm not going to say you get lazy, because that wasn't the case, but there's a certain level of stability. Because I feel like with entrepreneurs that don't have the faith that they need to have, you're always on edge. You're always wondering where the next dollar is coming from. That's why you have so much hustle. It's so much hustle culture with entrepreneurship. But we are saying, it's in the Bible, it says we should have diligent hands. And I want to give you exact verses. To me, this is, hustling is almost can come across as being anxious. So Philippians 4:6-7 says, be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto God. And the peace of God, which passeth all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus. So be careful for nothingness. Don't be anxious. Don't worry. And when you're hustling, because I know about this, man, listen, when you're hustling, you like, man, I got to get the next dollar. And I realized didn't want to have that mindset. I didn't want to work with people that had that mindset, that was like, man, I got to get this dollar because I got all these bills. I don't want to work with people that's the only thing that you could see is the fact that you got all these bills. That's why you got to make the money. You got to be able to see beyond your bills, because the bills are always going to be there. Matthew 6:25-34. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than the meat, and the body more than raiment? And so this just further supports that fact of hustle culture. I feel like puts you in that worry mode. It puts you in that worry mode, because when it doesn't come for you, it can put certain people, and this is certain people, when it doesn't come for you because you've been hustling, you start to worry. Well, is it going to come? Why hasn't it came, right? You're not peaceful. And so I realized that didn't want to have that mindset, and I didn't want to work with people that were so focused on the peanut stuff. I want to work with people that want to start a business to serve, to really help the people, that to change lives. And on the back end, the more lives that you change is going to change your life. The more people that you serve, the more blessings and breakthroughs that you're going to receive just naturally. That's just how things work. And as I continue to read the Bible, and was reading the Bible and really seeking God, I shouldn't have never paused anything. And I realized that because pausing was me gift, putting away my talents. And I'm finna share this with you. So in Matthew 25, Jesus teaches a parable about servant, and two servants invest and multiply what they are given, and one servant hides and puts it away. You can find this in Matthew 25, 28, and 29. This is a key verse, right? But so take therefore the talent from him and give it unto him which hath 10 talents. For unto everyone that hath shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that hath not shall be taken away even which he hath. So this speaks on, in that verse, when you read the parable of talents, of the story that Jesus is telling, it speaks on putting away your gift, hiding your gift because, and playing it safe because you feel like things, they're going to be hard, or or you're going through a difficult time. And we got to realize that when we play it safe, that is not stewardship. That is not obedience. And so as I realized the very first time when I shut down and said, all right, I'm done coaching, right? And I love coaching. I love coaching. God wants us to do what's truly in our heart. And I wanted to coach, but in the way that I was coaching, that's not entirely what I wanted to do, because I was limiting myself to only event-based owners at a point in time in my coaching business, right? I was limiting myself to working with people, well, that felt like they only needed to make money because they had all these bills, right? Working with those type of people mindsets that I got all these bills, so I need to make this money, right? Instead of, I want to start this business because I know I have a higher calling, right? And knowing that and having the faith that everything is going to work out. And that's a big thing right there. Working with people that actually believe in themselves and believe that it's going to work out, but they don't have the systems. They don't have the processes. They don't know the steps because they've never done it before, right? And so I realized that after reading Matthew 25, that I was putting away my talents. And the times that I paused my business, and the times that I stopped because of fear, and the times that I stopped because of doubt, and the time over this last year and a half that I just took a break, like that I was putting away my talent and I wasn't being a steward because I wasn't doing what I should have just did, which was coming to God. When you got a problem, go to God. And that's what the verse from Philippians that I read, that's what that verse also means. Bring everything to God. There is nothing that's too big for God. There's no problem that you're facing that's too big. There's no situation that you're going through that's too big. So if we fast forward, you gotta continue with the coaching, you got to continue with the helping. And so I did. And so building these AI agents, here's a back end of what a system, what it looks like. So we're going to be testing it out live, so we know this is legit, right? Now, when we do the test, it places the call to you.
You've reached Trinity, Gerald's AI assistant. I'm here to learn about your business and see how we can help simplify your business processes.
How you doing, Trinity? The pronunciation of my name is actually Jarrell.
Oh, got it. Thanks for letting me know, Jarrell. So, what type of business do you run?
How you doing? So I actually run a marketing company, and I need help with some of my back end work. Can you actually give me help?
A member of our team will reach out soon to help you with that. In the meantime, could I get your full name, please?
Yeah, of course. So my full name is Jarrell, Jarrell. Last name is Henderson. Are there any other details that you need from me?
Thanks, Jarrell Henderson. Could you share the best phone number to reach you? Thanks for that. Lastly, could I get your email address?
Yeah, so my email is...
Noted. Thank you for confirming, Jarrell. Now, let's get that appointment scheduled. Does Tuesday, Thursday, or Friday work for you?
Let's do Friday, and can we do a morning appointment? The first one that you have available.
Sure thing. On Friday, the earliest available slot is at 2 p.m. Would that work for you?
That works.
Great. I've booked your appointment for Friday, June 5th at 2 p.m. You'll receive a confirmation email shortly. Anything else I can help you with?
That's it. Thank you.
You're welcome, Jarrell. Thanks for calling. Have a wonderful day and goodbye.
So as you see in real time, you see the appointment come up across the screen. And so this is just a glimpse of what AI can do for you. Imagine having a voice AI agent, as well as an agent that handles your DMs, as well as an agent that handles your text messages. So you ever been talking to someone about booking an event, and it's just a lot of back and forth, and you're missing the conversation, or you're getting frustrated in the conversation. So what I like about AI is that AI is never going to get snappy. It's never going to get irritated. It's never going to be frustrated. It's never going to be in a rush. Never going to have a bad day. And what I like is that it allows you as the business owner to always provide premium customer service, because customer service goes a long way. You like customer service. You like good customer service when you go out. You like it when you're being served. You like it just overall, right? And you typically spend more money or even tip those that provide you with a high level of good service. So the AI took my information down, it made the adjustment and adapted real time with my name and confirmation of the appointment. It immediately sent the email confirmation of the date with the appointment. So that's just a glimpse of what AI can do for you. Back to the video. Peace. And having these features with AI now, where AI can, so for the business owner that is struggling with having people call them, now AI can pick up every single phone call that you have. And building that has been one of the most fulfilling things because it's fun. Business stopped being fun, and I put away my talents because it stopped being fun, because I wasn't operating with God. I was operating too close to what I thought he wanted me to do instead of doing things with him. And then on the other side of it, I had got too much into a hustle mindset and started to have some idolatry, and really I wasn't turning away as many people I should have turned away that didn't believe in themselves. If you don't believe in yourself, the best thing for you to do is to not start a business, is to go to God, connect with God. But if you believe in yourself, if you believe that it's going to work and you just don't know how it's going to work, but you believe it's going to work, those are the people that I started off working with, and those are the people that I realized that I want to continue to work with. Those are the only type of people I want to work with. If you don't believe in yourself, you don't believe it's going to work for you, but you say, man, I got faith. Do you really? And so the people that have faith but are unsure, those are the people and when I say unsure about the steps, but they got faith, but the people that are, if you're beating yourself up and you just don't believe that this thing can work for you, or you don't believe that you deserve this thing, or you don't believe, like, man, I pray for you, and I believe that you should pick up the Bible and read it and show, and he will, and by you seeking him in that manner, he will show you, listen, my son, my daughter, right? What I have for you is an amazing thing, but you got to believe and you got to trust in my promises. And once I realized that everything started to come together, once I got into the Bible, and once especially after it was already coming together, because I really like the Old Testament, but read the parable of talents, read Matthew, full circle moments. So I realized, y'all, if I continue to automate people's businesses, so the voice calls, the DMs, so the whole comment this word and then you get the DM, maybe you've interacted with that, or you're wondering how people are doing that, showing people how to build websites with AI, build funnels with AI, and showing people that hate content how to clone themselves. And then now you can just do 100% voice over AI setups, showing people how to use AI to run their social media ads, showing people how to automate their business to where when somebody reaches out to them, that contact, that lead is followed up with through automations that last for years. So now it's like you can finally do what you got into business for, because so many of us, we say we get into business to get our time back to make more money, but we become slaves to our business because all we're doing is working because we don't have the systems. I've always been on the other side. I'm not doing that. That's why I love building stuff. I've always been the automation, the workflow. Give me these automations, give me these workflows, give me these systems so that I don't have to work as hard. And so now with AI and automation together, you don't need to have this huge team. 2 years ago, I had an 8-person team, almost, what was it? Roughly around 2 years ago, year and a half to 2 years ago, an 8-person team, 8 people. Now, yes, these were freelancers, but this was a team. I was paying them money. And I'm all for giving people jobs and employing people, but it wasn't necessary for the type of entrepreneur that I am. Because now I was already in my era of coaching, but now with the AI automations, I can really just thrive in the purpose that I have. And sometimes you have to be patient. James 1:2-4 says, count it all joy when ye fall into divers temptations, knowing that the trying of your faith worketh patience. But let patience have her perfect work. Patience has been having her perfect work with your boy, I tell you, because everything worked how it's supposed to work. So patience has been having this perfect work with your boy, and everything has been working out. I've grown these businesses. I'm really excited that I found God in the way that I found God, and I'm really excited that he's guided me to this place of not just being a entrepreneur, because he guided me to the place of being an entrepreneur, but next that level of entrepreneurship was getting out of hustle culture and getting away from knowing the type of clients that you want to serve, because I spent years serving somewhat of the right clients that I want to serve, helping the right type of clients, right? Who are the clients that I want to help? And so I spent some of my years, because I've been a full-time entrepreneur for years now, 5+ years now, helping some of the people that I really wanted to help, the architect of what your avatar should be, right? But business is about transformation, is about progression. So essentially all I've done is progress. All I've done was transform. And in the transformation, it's brought me back to a purposeful business of working with him and not just saying, oh, I'm doing this for God. And God was looking at me like, I ain't asked you to do this. God wants us to do what's in our heart. And if you read Matthews, if you read John, if you just read the Bible, period, he wants us to, as his children, he wants us to do what's in our heart, right? The good things that are in our heart. Because I ain't talking about y'all people to be tripping. But now doing it with God is absolutely amazing. Truly doing no matter which I should be doing it in, which is I should be praying daily. I should be spending time with him daily. Because I'll spend the time doing all this other stuff, spending time making all this money, spending time partying, vacationing. Y'all, if you really know me as a mentee or as a friend over the last 5-6 years, going on vacation multiple times a year, every single year, always doing stuff, buying stuff, eating out all the time, just really kicking it. But man, but now the difference is, and living, and there's nothing wrong with living, but I wasn't living with him. I should have been. And I'm happy to say that now I am. These are the systems that I've used to make 6 figures. These are the systems that I've been using to make multiple 6 figures. Whether you're a service-based business owner, coaching consultant, you got an event space, you got a brick and mortar, you got a salon suite, whatever business that you have, right? I am your go-to for putting a system in place so where you are not burnt out anymore, right? This system is keeping you from being burnt out. So I'm offering now, I'm not hiding my talents no more. I'm not pausing it no more. I wasn't intentionally hiding them from y'all, right? But the same ones that I've used for years, the same ones that I built for a small group of business owners over the last, I want to say 6 months to a year, the same system that I use for this small group of people that are ready to launch their business the right way. And when I say the right way, with peace and automation and God at the center, and not all this hustle and bustle and, oh man, I'm scrambling and ain't got time to do nothing. I'm doing that now and opening that now for you. I'm not selling a course. I build systems for you. And I'm sorry they lied. You don't need to post more. You need a system that gathers and collects leads for you when you're offline, when you with your family, when you out to dinner, when you sleep at night, when you're at work. Because I realize that a lot of people that have come to me over the years, they already have 9-to-5s and they're trying to exit their 9-to-5s. And so some have been able to take advantage of this system. They've been lying. They're telling you that you need this huge team. No team, no problem. You don't need all these different VAs. And nothing wrong with a VA at all. A virtual assistant, nothing wrong with it. My system is a 24/7 assistant. It never calls off work. They always show up for you. They never call in sick. They never giving you crazy excuses. They don't require you to give them health insurance. And it's built one time and then you own it. It's yours. And so can you imagine having phone, like a person like that picks up the phone 24/7 for your business? Somebody call your business and you at work. So no more missing out on stuff because you've been at work. I was talking to somebody the other day about that on a call. Oh man, my schedule switched to nights and now I work nights and I miss out these. This was an event space owner. And I can't get to people in time because I'm asleep during the day. This is exactly why you need the system. Even if you did work regular work hours, by the time you get off work at 5 or 6, you don't want to talk to nobody. But if the system is answering the phone for you, booking people for you, booking tours for you, I know so many people are tired of getting ghosted by leads. They're tired of empty calendars, coaches and consultants, event space owners. I know y'all getting tired of people saying that they're going to book with you, following up with them, calling them, hunting them down, tracking them down, just not working. Why am I going to hold on to the ease of business and not give it to other people? Because these are the same systems that I've been using. I've just built upon them as more features have came out, especially now that we got AI. It makes things so much easier. You're tired of chasing down leads or you're tired of your leads never replying to you. You get excited from content, but nothing comes from your content. People tell you need to run ads, but no ads ever work for you. You don't ever get leads from your ads, or you're just losing a bunch of money from running your ads, right? Or you're losing money, period, because you don't know how to follow up, or your follow-up is just terrible. It sucks. You don't know the proper steps to doing things, right? And so you keep thinking that you need to start over, you need that thing, but you just really don't have a real back-end system, and you don't know how to build one because everything's complicated, because nobody told you that you had to be tech savvy in business. Nobody told you that you would have to know all this stuff, that you would have to wear all these hats, and you're tired of wearing all these hats because you didn't get in business for that. You already a husband, a wife, a mom, a daughter, a son, a friend, a dad, an employee, a manager, a personal leaner. You wear all these hats already, and you like, bro, I got to wear even 20 more hats in my business. I'm talking to you. So you've been called to impact people, but tech has been getting in your way. So for those of you that have been reaching out, what is Jarrell up to? What have you been doing? I don't see the event space stuff. I don't see that. All the links and ways that you can work with me in every way that you need to work with me are here. So everything is down below. You need coaching for your business. You want to take your business to 6 figures. You've never hit 6 figures in your business. You want to take your business to 50K. If you've never hit 50K in your business in a year, hit 6 figures in a year in your business, you want to make money, consecutive money in your business, and you've never done it before, the information is down below. Information is down below. You want to work with somebody that you got faith in your business and in your idea, but you don't know the steps. You're ready to change your life by walking with God and putting him at the center of your business. The information is down below. Listen, this has been amazing. I want to just say peace and blessings. But again, remember, we not hiding our talents. We doing everything that God has put on our heart to do. And we are doing it without fear, because it's 100% faith over fear. Peace and blessings. I will see you in the next video, or we'll be working together. One of the two. It's up to you. Peace.